Hello, everybody. I always look away. I always look like at my microphone or at my chat whenever I hit record or stream. I'm so sorry. So, how's the new camera looking? I kind of... My instinct is that it's low, so I want to keep doing this. And I think I might just need to raise my monitor a little bit. But does it look okay? Do I look huge and fat and gross? No. Probably not. Probably not. So, hello, Bad Bunny. Hello, who else is here? Don Norman is here. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey is here. Bleentron is here. Seraph Armoros is here. Matt Deckard is here. I can never say Seraph's name right. Johnny Kapow is here. Hello. Looking pretty centered. Awesome. As long as it looks centered. I think I still might want to raise my monitor just a smidgen. I don't think I'll do that on stream, but I might do it after. Because the new camera sits just a tiny smidgen lower than the old one. So, hello, Angry Mr. Flibble. Hello, Herpicus McDerpington. Half asleep, but I hear. Oh, thank you so much. And hello, Sly Gamer. More cleavage. Do I have more cleavage on? Well, I mean, if it's a little bit higher up, you can kind of see it down a little bit. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird how the cameras are. But it looks like... my hair is totally fading, right? I totally need to touch it up, but it looks okay on this camera. I didn't change anything. So those Microsoft Life cameras or whatever they are, they're not good if you have an office in a basement that has like weird lighting. Cause I don't know if you guys can see any of my lighting reflecting up, but I have two lights that are overhead, right? And I have kind of a box that's around a vent, so that's why. My hair's totally fading. I know. It's actually not too bad. It's not too bad, but it hasn't, because this is fresher dye on top, it always fades like right here from down. But I think it's alright. I don't think it bothers me. Is this too juddery? Is my camera, do I need to like adjust my frame rate? I also lowered it down to 30 instead of 60 frames per second because YouTube has issues. Is this a little too... Am I getting I'm totally getting trails on my hands. So if you guys know how to fix that, let me know. Is it a drinking stream? No, it is not. It's a lot more red for sure. Awesome. Yeah, it was... I kept... Those Microsoft cameras are good. They're decent cameras. They're not super cheap. But the problem with it is that the colors, you can't adjust the colors. So you have to either overly saturate and you can turn a hot pink. It really has an over happy or over ecstatic sort of red setting where it just wants everything pink. It wants pink, pink, pink. And I'm a very pale person, so I don't think I show up very pink normally. Is trippy keep it? It is kind of trippy. I don't know why it's doing that. It is probably... I turned off auto... Oh no, I can turn on auto exposure again. Don't see why not. Damn, can I still drink? Absolutely. You guys can totally drink. You look good. No, thank you so much. We'll have to give you a 40s updo. Absolutely. You know, I am terrible at doing my hair. This is why it has been the exact same shape since probably 1994. And yeah, I mean, I can dye it or I can cut it, and that's about all I can really do with it, so. My contrast settings might be off. That might be it too. Hello, Sav! How's my weekend going? Well, after having kind of a bit of a meltdown with the other camera, I just couldn't get it right. It was like, fine. Just, I need a new one, so. So thank you so much, Sarah, for contributing. You know, but hey, the good news is you got your old camera back, so. Oh, we can drink. I'll get some gin. Yeah, you guys can totally drink. Where's the kitty from the thumbnail? He is out in the other room. I can probably go get him. He's kind of, he's been a bit of a brat today, though. I didn't have any other thumbnails handy because I'm like, oh, let me put a countdown up and let me put a link out so people show up. And I didn't have any pictures to, like, just throw on there, so I'm like, okay, cat. We'll put the cat on there. Herpicus McDerpington says, I'm too lazy for hair maintenance, so I always look like Lex Luthor. That's alright. That's alright. So, some of the coolest people in the planet are bald, so bald people are fine. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. Other than the whole camera meltdown this week, and it's actually not too bad. It's not... I like it. It's not super trippy. I think it's adjusting. I think it's on auto, so I think that's fine. Like this camera just right out of the box, I didn't really have to fiddle with it. It's on auto, so So you're very book and video heavy. Any Trek toys? I have a couple of Trek toys. I've got, well, all my plushies are Trek plushies. So we got the Targ, Mugato. I've got a Ferengi right there. That's a Vulcan, an Andorian. I do have a few, and I've got a TOS tricorder, and I have some tribbles up there too. Oh yeah, is my microphone too in the way? Hopefully it's not too bad. I don't have my camera quite in the exact same place as it was, so. And let me bring you guys over here. Let me bring you guys so I can see you. There we go. So I'm not looking this way when I'm talking to you. Let me look at you here. So yeah, one of the things you guys don't see is how my monitors are set up. So I've got my main monitor on like here, and then I've got my side monitor there, which is kind of counterintuitive because normally people read left to right, so they want their good monitor on the one side and not the other. Yeah, let me paste my live stream on my Discord too. I'll paste it on my Discord, and I'm gonna kill my Discord just so that nothing pops up. Where's Discord? There. We'll kill the Discord. Okay, I'm jealous of the chair too. But can you do this? You're jealous of my chair? Auto has more to do with how much processing power than the transmission. Oh, okay. Okay. That works. Yeah, my CPU is crazy, ridiculously decent, so there's no reason why I should have any issues with processing. But yeah, I'm liking the color settings on this a lot, and I'm only noticing a few nitpicks on the color because my hair is fading. I do have some touch-up dye. It's actually about 2 weeks early to do it. I usually do it every 6 weeks, but yes, remember the can't hit the like button. Hello, Ukash. Utkarsh, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but hello, I see you saying hello. I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. Sav says my sisters should have the same hair as you. Well, thank you. Sly Gamer says, random, since I'm moving, people are coming to check out the house. They better not touch my drinks. That works. That works. But yeah. She has a gamer's computer hot and quick. It is actually really cool. So it's, I can take a picture of it. Hopefully it'll show up. It's on the floor. Ah, sorry, microphone. I always hit my microphone for some reason. It is kind of neat. So I've got an extra hard drive there. It used to, let me make sure. Alright. So it has, it has, go fast lights that, you can set them to kind of pulse. So I have them kind of pulse like I don't know. So it's got the red LED. You can put whatever color LED in there. That is the Fallout 4 graphics card. The what is it? 970, the GTX 970 with Pip-Boy on it from Fallout 4. It was actually Seraph's old graphics card, and he upgraded, so I begged for this one. Here's nice and vibrant red. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the new camera. This is the good camera. So Logitech cameras are really, really good. And hello, Lubella. Yeah, so while you guys are here, so I put a video out on Patreon. Do we want to keep that on Patreon, or should I release it? I got about this section of shelving kind of gone over for my office tour. It's kind of just me blabbering like an idiot about all the DVDs on my shelf. But I only got like up to H or I. So we didn't go from like Kids in the Hall down to the Xena stuff yet. And that'll be probably the next video, because they end up being about a half an hour. And I have to put them on the tablet, and I did not realize that there's like a steady cam sort of setting that I could do, so. Oh, one of these cases. Yeah, my computer's actually alright. I think I have a decently beefy i5 that's like twice as fast as my i7 that was in my laptop, that is still in my laptop. But I got my laptop in like 2011 or something. So an i7 in 2011 is not nearly as beefy as an i5 in 2017 when I think I built it. I think it got, yeah, it was 2017. Kids in the Hall who live near Canada or something. No, I don't. I just like Canadian stuff. I grew up on Canadian television. I I liked that anyway. I saw reruns all the time on Comedy Central. I actually recorded every episode on VHS. There was a few shows I recorded every episode of on VHS. One of them was Kids in the Hall. The other one was probably any BBC America sort of comedy at the time in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And The Munsters. I recorded every episode of that. Oh, and Cartoon Planet. I had all of those on VHS, so. I haven't watched it yet. I knew there was one. I forgot too damn many videos to watch. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that one I might just leave as an early access Patreon one and then put it out maybe tomorrow or something if I don't have anything recorded. Like today's so weird and so busy, and yesterday's so weird and so busy. So today, I think I'm still on for Geeks and Gamers tonight, like in a few hours. So I want to do just less, like 2 hours or less stream today for you guys. Because I haven't done anything all weekend. I don't think I did anything Friday. I don't think I did anything Saturday. And if like 2 or 3 days go by, I at least want to give you guys something to watch. And so, yeah. Did you see the Munsters movie they made a couple of years ago? The bad one. If it's a couple of years ago? No. The most recent one I saw was Scary Little Christmas from Fox from like 94. You're going to be on Geeks and Gamers. Last I heard, yes. So, Doomcock was supposed to be on today. I was supposed to be on yesterday. Whatever happened came up yesterday. I think I probably just didn't message quick enough for Jeremy. So, he got in contact with me yesterday, said, hey, Doomcock's going to be on Sunday. Do you want to come on with Doomcock? So, I'm like, absolutely. Doomcock is, really awesome, and I'm very comfortable talking to Doomcock, obviously. So, of course, now Doomcock's scheduling is all weird, and I guess Harvey probably got a hold of his planner or something, so he had to cancel on Geeks and Gamers, so hopefully I'm still on. I probably will be. But yes, and hail Doomcock. Okay, he says definitely. Awesome. I just saw it on Twitter. Cool. So yeah, so 6 Central. And if anything is different, then it'd be 5 Central, so I don't know. I don't think so. I think Central. I think 6 Central. But anyway, I'll be done with this before then, so. Holy crap, Neil Coolin, $2. Thank you so much for a $2 super chat. Also, my notifications are too low. There we go. Now you can see them. I heard it pop up. I didn't see it pop up. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Like that to me, just having 21 people here hanging out, and you guys never have to feel any pressure to super chat, but just hang out and talk and chat and Oh, hunky chunky funky monkey, you're silly. Evil armies don't build themselves, do they? Or do they? I think you could probably build one robot to build a whole bunch of other robots. Maybe. Matt Decker said, I was on Universal lot as they tore down the set of Mockingbird Lane. Snag the 1312 Mockingbird Lane sign from the opening before it hit the trash. Ooh. I know it's 1313 Mockingbird Lane, but that would have been just on the sign. Sitting in the car watching you. Well, thank you so much for sitting in the car watching. You guys are like super, like, I like having people like show up who actually want to be here and don't feel like obligated, and that was kind of one of the really disappointing things during gaming is like people would kind of show up and then just be super mad at me or bored or whatever, and like, I want to entertain you guys. I don't know what else I can do to entertain you guys, but are you going to pop in on Lord Odin's viewing of The Exorcist tonight? Maybe. It depends on what time he's doing it. I do try and hit up all of the streams. I try as best I can to hit up all the streams, so because I like hanging out with you guys. I like watching what everybody has to say. I like kind of ganging up on Kathleen Kennedy. Sometimes as distasteful as it can kind of be to just say one person's wrong with something, in her case, I think it's kind of accurate. I think she's definitely the cause of it. I'm in the Trader Joe's bathroom watching you. Oh no. It's 7:30. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how short the thing is tonight. Gang up on Matt Jarbo. I don't want to talk bad about Matt Jarbo. Maybe we should just be neutral here. I mean, I will say this. I heard about him a couple years ago when Ghostbusters hit, and that's when I also heard about Midnight's Edge, and I subscribed to Midnight's Edge back then, and didn't end up subscribing to Matt Jarbo back then. I've watched a few of his videos here and there. Man, I'll say this. He's, clearly suffering from a lot of the YouTuber burnout stuff that I know I kind of have experienced a little bit, but I never made a living off of YouTube like he does, so I can't imagine the kind of stress he goes under, and he's an easy scapegoat, so I don't know. I feel bad about the whole situation, so. Say no to STD, wear a condom, exactly. I woke up about an hour ago. Crazy Kennedy deserves everything she's getting. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kathleen Kennedy is somebody I think we can all gang up on. And... Alright, this is juddering and it's kind of bothering me, so hopefully it's not too juddery for you guys. I might need to turn off auto exposure. I think it's auto exposure that's doing it. Configure video. And then every time I apply it, now it's going to be like, is this better? This is less juddery. It's also a little darker. I don't know. But having the shutter open too long was making it too juddery. The auto exposure was good for like the lighting. So if you guys don't mind me at this light, let me know. Also, I'm feeling like I really need to duck down to be under where the camera. I'm definitely gonna have to put a riser under this again. Because I'm like hunching. I'm absolutely hunching. Hello, Roz Animates. Did anyone see the Meg? I've heard it's actually pretty good. Absolutely. I'm pinker. I'm pinker now. Was it better before? I can turn on auto exposure again because I don't want to be pink on camera. Matt is weird. Sometimes he comes across with solid points and other times it's just, what? Are you going to see Christopher Robin? Probably not. Probably not. I was never a Winnie the Pooh fan or anything. It looks good. Do you like it like this, or did you like it before, you guys? Because, like, if this camera only needs, like, 1 or 2 adjustments, then I think we're good. My only concern is I would like it a little higher up so I don't feel like I'm ducking to talk to you guys. That's my only concern. Because I don't mind looking up. That's kind of one of the problems. That's why I like having the camera up higher so I can talk to you guys, so. You like it? It looks good like this? Okay, yeah, it's less juddery. I don't mind it being a little pinker. I can also, like, raise up the white balance a little bit if I need to. Doesn't matter, just be comfortable, I know. Till the monitor. Yeah, I was like, great. Oh, thank you so much. I'm fuzzier now? You liked it before? Yeah, I know. And, well, I've also got auto... Let's see. We're still fiddling with it. It's not nearly as obnoxious. Like, at least the colors are fine. Now it's just like the fine things like the autofocus or the auto exposure. Because auto exposure is good because it brightens me up a little. Alright. It doesn't seem super juddery and jittery. I don't know. As long as it's watchable to you guys, as long as it's not like zooming in and out on autofocus, I think I'm fine. But we do have autofocus. It actually doesn't really autofocus that much. Or is it? It's not even doing it. Just because I turned it off probably, didn't I? I probably did. And focus. Alright. We got autofocus on now too. Alright. Better or worse? I think it's better. Who's a math major? Oh, is my hair to match my chair? No, my hair is because I just like reds. So I kind of always wanted red hair when I was a teenager, and my mother said, no, your skin is too pale to have red hair. So I'm like, fine, I'll have black hair then. And when I finally kind of came to being an adult, and you know, it took years and years of being like, you know what, I kind of want it red. I kind of want. Holy crap, Nerdrotic channel, $10 super chat. Holy crap. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And check out Nerdrotic channel. They do live reviews pretty much every day. For everything they do, they go live with. They're an awesome chat community. pretty much everybody you're friends in their chat room. So and they're so welcoming, and don't be intimidated. It's not like a clique like me. I was a little bit like, they're a little bit of a, they all know each other. Am I okay going in there? No, absolutely nothing to worry about. They're awesome. Go check them out. And thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says, you rock random. Sorry I can't stay. Catch us as a video. Like, share, and sub, friends. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. But also, now there's a lot of buffering. Oh no. Here in D. I'm so sorry. Jeffrey Golden. I'm so sorry. It's buffering. I did lower my frame rate to 30 FPS because this camera only does 30, which is fine. That's all we really need. If I'm gaming or something, I will bump it back up to 60. Absolutely. Big Leaf Angel 1900 Susan. Susan's cool. I like Susan. She seems really awesome. She seems very intelligent. So I like it when women go on talk show sort of podcasts. And unlike me, I kind of sound like a bit of an idiot sometimes. But I'm gonna get back to gaming suggestions. I don't know. I love the South Park games that came out recently. CX says, I love your background. Well, thank you. That's all my crap. It's not like just a background picture. It's actually stuff back there. Somebody said, tell me about your guitars. This one, oh lord, this one, got, so I'm wearing, I always wear like super baggy stuff when I'm like just laying around the house, so I feel like I'm huge. You can't even see my guitar. So this one is an LTD, ESP makes them, it's the F50, you can see it on the 12th fret there. It's actually a rhythm guitar. It's a really good rhythm guitar. It's got the jumbo frets because I wanted like a deep, thick rhythm sound. I am terrible with solos. I come kind of from a combination of like typo negative slow stuff and folk music and Danzig minimalist sort of things. So I really like this guitar for it, and it's just kind of sexy. I really like the shape of it. It just looked cool. It's just a sort of take on a Stratocaster. It's super easy to string. It's super easy to tune. It's really good. So this is really good. Sly Gamer just tweeted it out. Well, thank you so much. Can I play it? A little bit. I'm bad at playing it. I don't have it plugged into anything. I'm bad at playing it. And I have no idea if you can hear it coming on the microphone. Play some typo negative. I'd have to lower the tune down to like, what, drop D and then some. Holy crap, thank you so much, Curtis Farrington, $5 super chat. Adulting can be fun. Color your hair however you want and have chocolate cake for breakfast. Hey, it has eggs in it. Chocolate cake does have eggs. If you get that reference. Scroll up to the top of this chat. What am I doing? Also, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chats, guys. You guys are awesome. Let's go up to the top. How far back? How far back am I scrolling? Yes, please, Gary, come up with a weird idea. Okay. Oliver Smith says, what's up, cool guitar? Well, thank you so much. I have an electric guitar, too. That one's nice, Sly Gamer says. Well, thank you. Yeah, this is actually, this is a decent one. The downside is you have to work every day. Yeah, if you're an adult, you have to, like, work and clean the house and clean up cat puke and... Did you see... Kidwaski's new, well, if I don't know how to pronounce it, so I've never seen it. I have not seen that PJ's channel. What would I need to search for? Ketwotski. I don't know who that is. Let me search for them. If I'm featured, that's kind of cool. Yes, what is work? Work is that thing that you get paid to do that you don't want to do. Fun is that thing you get paid to do that you enjoy. No result found. Did it spell different? Can I play Space Oddity by David Bowie? I can't play anybody's stuff. I can only play, like, stuff I wrote, and I can fool around. This is why I don't like playing stuff in front of people, because I don't know how to play anything. I can't play anybody's stuff. I don't take requests, because I don't know anything. Like, that's kind of one of the things, like, when I used to play Comedy Night, or on Twitch and on YouTube and stuff, we had a singing room, and people would always go up and do like the same 3 songs, and I don't know any songs anybody, you know, and I know obscure things like, I don't know. Ketwalski, all right. Do you think you and Rob will do a musical together? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Smoke on the water. I might know a couple of little things to smoke on the water. Alright, let me look. Let me look for him. Oh, he's at 8,000 subscribers. He's a Star Trek person. Am I in a video? Well, I see Doomcock pop up, the first thing. So he's using something. Trying to extinguish some of the fan hatred for Discovery, Spock, and his reimagining. Oh, so he's a Discovery apologist. He's nothing. He's just noise. Did you switch back? I did switch back. Try playing Desire by U2. I have never liked U2 ever in my life. They're one of those bands that just, I turn the channel immediately, so I don't know anything. I can play the ukulele pretty well better than my guitar playing. Ukuleles only have 4 strings, so they're not too bad. Heresy. I know, I like a lot of weird, obscure stuff, you know? I don't play anything. I wouldn't even know how it goes. I don't know how to play anything. That's the problem. That's yeah. I probably should like find something to play before I go through and play it. I can play the bongos. Well, yeah, that's kind of how I am. I know a few chords and that's about it. You two are the best in terrible jokes, and someone says you two. U2 released a free album a couple of years ago and hardly anybody downloaded it. Well, I know that they were like pushing people from Microsoft for iTunes to download a U2 album. And so I had an iPod like 10 years ago, and I had it on a computer that wasn't on the internet. So I was going through manually ripping every CD I owned and just to fill this thing up. And yeah, and I would type and tag every song itself or by themselves. Did you see Andy Trigger's video on his thoughts on season 2 of Discovery? I have not. I am so bad about watching people's videos sometimes. So sometimes I like get into I'll just start watching live streams and I don't ever go back and watch like their pre-recorded videos. Play guitar, I mostly use a slide, Eric Draven says. I have a slide somewhere. I have a capo, I've got a slide, I've got all my locking tuners for my Warlock, or my locking, not locking tuners, the locking screw things. You like 21 Pilots. I don't know anything about 21 Pilots, so I could, and I don't know. Sometimes rewatch his videos from time to time. I do rewatch Doomcock. Sometimes, like, if I'm gaming late at night and I just want something to listen to, sometimes I'll put on, like, one of his streams or one of his videos. Well, especially, like, last, you know, January, December, when he only had, like, 5 videos. Those were easy to rewatch. So I have to go, always hanging out with you. Well, thank you so much, Sav. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like, all of you. I appreciate all of you being here. Yeah, so I remember Sly Gamer, I'm like almost 40, so I don't really know who 21 Pilots is so much. When like the music when I was like my generation of music, I guess, when I was in high school was like Korn. Rammstein was another one that was pretty popular. Prodigy was coming out. Well, this is like right my tail end of high school. The stuff I really listened to was Dead Milkman, Ween. I'm a huge Ween fan. Anyone wants to hear some Ween, I can probably do a few of their songs. Probably. Korn is awesome. I saw Korn for free a couple years ago when they did the whole entire first album of theirs live. Hello, Rob Shlomo! One of my awesome favoritist co-hosts ever, who's so nice to like let me on Midnight's Edge and everything. Back in Black. I don't think I ever learned Back in Black. I know a few like Ween songs, that's about it. And I don't really remember them. I think that's how some of them go. Now I'm trying to remember songs that I actually know of other people's, but you guys probably wouldn't know them. Like that's just the problem. I don't think I remember it. I don't think I remember enough. Just put the new turners on the hollow body, and I realized something. Oh no! When did you realize that it works awesome? Hopefully it works awesome. Roundabout / to be continued meme. Soji. I don't get it. Hi, I love Prodigy and Rammstein. Zoomp says, awesome. See, yeah, like, Rammstein was one of those bands I still need to watch. I've never seen them live. I was really sad that I missed out on it in, when they came to Vegas, like, right before I moved out. Push the Little Daisies. Crap. Do I know how to play Push the Little Daisies? What's the chord on that? I don't remember the chords on that. Like, I can play some of, like, the early, like, I think this is Marble Tulip Juicy Tree was just D. DCA is one of them. So Mickey from Ween was actually one of my kind of guitar idols because he kind of learned the way I learned, which was only he actually is good. So hello Tina, happy Sunday. I saw you on, just want to say hello. I'm busy doing quiet Sunday things. Well, thank you so much. Do you remember Punk Rock Girl? I do. God, I'm a huge Dead Milkmen fan. I know obscure B-side Dead Milkmen stuff. There was one time Ethan was playing on his piano on one of Ethan Van Sciver's streams, and he starts playing the Vomit song from Dead Milkmen. I'm like, dude, that's my era. You and Rob sing. I've never sang with Rob. I don't know. I don't really sing around people. I'm so scared of doing anything around people. Once the screws on the original tuning pegs stripped out the holes when I took them off. So I do the toothpick and wood glue trick. Oh no, that's terrible. That's why I get so scared of like upgrading guitars. So one of the things I do want to do is I think I want to put like a Ouija board plate somewhere. I think I could put one on this guitar. I think I could. Well, I know I can replace this piece. And they have like a cool skull one I was gonna do, but Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, I never saw Rammstein, but I did see someone ram a stein into someone's face. That works. To be continued is called To Be Continued Song. It's called Roundabout. It's amazing. Okay. Do you like the Birthday Party Massacre? I've never heard of Birthday Party Massacre. Got food poisoning. Be back later. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I never wish food poisoning on anybody. That is some of the worst. I actually had food poisoning last November, I think, from something. And you take one bite of something and you've got to run, and it's not pleasant at all. The good news is I got the new tuners on and they work really well. Awesome. Yeah, new tuners are always like, there's so many things. I have new pickups for this because these are factory ones, and this guitar was like basically new when I got it, and I just don't know if I want to fiddle with the electronics. I do have new strings coming. I'm going to a lighter string on the Martin because the Martin is so hard to play with the medium gauge, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put medium gauge on, and my hands are gonna get stronger. And the problem is my hands don't get stronger, and they're like really hard to play anything above like the first 3 frets. So. Fun fact, Rammstein is the first band I ever owned an album for. That's cool. That's cool. Never heard them until January. They've been around since 2000. Oh no. Questionable Mexican food. Oh. I'm not gonna say worth it, but I regret nothing. Hey, Mexican food is the best food, in my opinion. Like any 80s Survivor songs. The Survivor did like Eye of the Tiger, right? I'm aware of so many of like the super popular stuff. Like I'll know the super popular stuff, and then I'll be like, yeah, but I really want to go talk about Sparks that 2 people have heard of, you know, from if I'm going with the 80s. Frog Stomp. Frog Stomp is very familiar. What is Frog Stomp? That's very familiar. Do you like Thai food? Sometimes. I mean, I prefer like Japanese curry over Thai curry, but I think Japanese is probably my favorite of like any Asian, but Thai has spices, and I like spicy. I like it hot sometimes on food. Same thing with like Mexican food. I like it a little spicier. Hey, I've heard of Sparks. I haven't had the name in a long time though. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the video on it, because it was something that was like a month old news, and nobody had been saying anything about it. I couldn't find any videos. I couldn't find anything. So for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Edgar Wright is doing a movie, a documentary based on a band called Sparks, who I really, really love. It's actually the keyboard player's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ron Mail. One of my favorite people, because he's got a sense of humor. He's great. He's one of those people in the 70s who would go around with like a Hitler mustache because it was funny and hilarious. listening to a lot of Big Star a lot lately. That's cool. I don't think I know who they are, but Like he says, Nirvana's Nevermind was the first CD I ever bought. My first CD, don't judge me, my first actual compact disc that I bought was Poison's second album, Look What the Cat Dragged In. And I also bought the same day was Lita Ford's second or third album. I think third album, Hungry, or whichever one. Stiletto. It's Stiletto. It had Hungry on it. So yeah, that was when by the time I actually got a CD player. I think that my first album I bought when I was a kid was probably like a Jackson 5 Greatest Hits or something when I was really, really, really little. And then probably Cyndi Lauper, and then probably whatever 80s stuff I got into. First CD I bought was 16 Stone. Oh, Bush. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good album. That is surprisingly holds up. I mean, it's really overplayed, but I did the smart thing in the 90s, and I turned the station every time I heard a Bush song, so I never got sick of it. And now every once in a while they'll play Bush on the radio or something, and I'll hear it. There's a lot of, like, the 90s stuff I know a lot of, like, obscure songs from. One of the songs that I really loved was a band called, it was by a band called Four Squirrels, so F-O-R, Squirrels. And they had a song called Mighty KC. It was about Kurt Cobain and how he had died early and young. And one of the tragic things about that band is that I think they ended up getting like in a wreck or something, and half of the members died. So that video came out after the band had already kind of fallen apart or something. And that was really, really sad. But that's one of the better songs from the 90s, in my opinion, that probably no one has ever heard of, but I really enjoy it. And there's a lot of, like, I kind of compare the mid-90s to the late 60s as far as just so much. There's just a million things out. Ever heard of a band called Best Kissers in the World? I have not. There's so many, like, in the 90s. Oh, well, if they're a 90s band, there's so many in the 90s between stuff like Sebado and, God, the Muffs was a band in the 90s. The Murmurs, I think, was a band in the 90s. There was just a million, like, bands that had maybe one song that got maybe played once or twice in the middle of the night. That's kind of like with the Warlock Pinchers. They had maybe one song that got played in the middle of the night on the radio one time, and I'm like, yes, I love this. Buy everything of theirs. Remember when they played Come Down by Bush, like, every other song every day? I kind of remember that. Well, they did that with Man in the Box quite a bit, and Alice in Chains' Man in the Box is one of those songs I can never hear for the rest of my life, and I'm perfectly okay never hearing it, because I hear it so much. It was on Beavis and Butthead. It was on the radio all the time. It's on the radio now all the time. And it is so droning. The chorus of it is just so droning. Have you had any interest in playing Star Trek Bridge Crew? A little bit. I mean, now that I don't need a VR headset, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind so much. 80s music had good lyrics, good beat, good melody, and good synthesizers. Yes, so much good stuff came out of the 80s, absolutely. It just depends on, like, who you're listening to as well. The early 80s new wave stuff is actually one of my kind of favorite genres of music, for sure. Have I become as cool as you? I don't know if I'm cool. I'm kind of like an original hipster. You know, that song by Cake called Rock and Roll Lifestyle was kind of my teenage years. And I don't think that that's something that is supposed to be bragged about. You know, they have a line saying, how do you afford your brand new t-shirt that you got from, or that proves you were there, that you heard of them first? You know, so you have to kind of be like the first person to ever hear of some obscure band. That was me. That was absolutely me. I suggest some good music. I can't stand most modern stuff. It all sounds the same. There's a really good video by Thoughty 2. He's like a British sort of... He's an intellectual guy. He goes around and says a lot of really interesting things. But he says why modern music all sounds the same. And a lot of it is because of how it's mixed. So, yeah. Torrent indie rock playlist. But yeah, I mean, you could always suggest stuff. My cool music was always Weird Al, and definitely White and Nerdy. I saw Weird Al 4 times, actually. I have seen Weird Al 4 times live. I've heard of Thoughty too. Yeah, watch his video on why modern music sucks, and I think you guys will probably appreciate him. Man, I'm trying not to like talk and play guitar at the same time. I should probably put it down. Sometimes I play them though. Sometimes I do play them. I don't know. I don't know songs. And I certainly can't sing and play the guitar at the same time. I know like chords. I know parts of songs. I hear Weird Al is just normal. Yeah, he's a little nerdy. Oh, you already saw it. Awesome. That is cool. I like this guitar though. This guitar feels good. It's not super heavy. It's not as heavy as my Warlock, so it sucks because it's all manufactured to meet a specific criteria these days. Exactly. I think it is. I think a lot of music today is kind of just to play on a commercial, and that's kind of what I view modern music as kind of a commercial. And yes, at the end of the day, every musician wants to produce a product that people pay for. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. But when I only hear songs because they're featured in commercials now, it kind of becomes it becomes a little weird, in my opinion, that like, you know, it just becomes a commercial jingle, because that's one thing we don't have nowadays in you know, modern television and stuff. We don't have actual commercial jingles. I watch a lot of, there's a channel I really love called Dave's Archives, and he has 1,000,000 80s commercials on there. He's absolutely amazing. You should totally check him out if you like 80s commercials. And every commercial is a jingle. You know, like I probably know every word to the Big Red commercial, the Oreo cookies, Frosted Flakes, Juicy Fruit, Double Mint Gum. I know all, like, every commercial jingle from everything, you know, McDonald's. I know every McDonald's jingle from the 80s. And yeah, we don't have jingles on commercials anymore. And not only that, if you really tried to advertise McDonald's to children the way it was advertised to us in the 80s, you would have the PC police on your ass so fast, right? I like the classic Gillette commercials. Yeah, real man shave with Gillette. Well, I remember Gillette, the best a man can get. I remember those for sure. It is a lot weird. Thankfully, the internet is at least allowing for a thriving indie scene. And that's true. I find a lot of weird, obscure musicians, like, just online. And I find a lot of stuff from the 60s that I missed. Because I really spent a good decade combing through the late 60s for just about everything. So I can probably tell you what person was in what band in the 60s before they were in their 70s or 80s bands. Or I Feel Like Chicken Tonight. I remember the I Feel Like Chicken Tonight one. Apparently Alice Cooper is very normal, but his onstage persona is not. Yeah, Alice Cooper is... Yeah, I've heard he's very, very mellow compared to his... Did you hear the Westworld track? They remade Heart-Shaped Box in season 2. Gave me chills. I love the music they do in the show. Even if you don't like the show, had awesome jams. I've never seen Westworld. It's cable. I don't have cable, so I've never seen Westworld. Yes, By Menon. Everybody does the By Menon song. Absolutely. You're obligated to sing it. I don't usually sing on streams, but you're obligated to sing that. There are these guys called Video Micro that modernize 80s cartoon themes, like Jace and the Wheeled Warriors and Mask. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's nice. Somebody I saw, like, sometimes you'll see bands live and they'll cover some of these, like, weird TV themes and stuff. I saw, let's see, who was it? It was Tenacious D, actually, now that I think of it. Tenacious D, back before they were anybody, back before Jack Black was even, like, in movies, I saw them live, and I think they covered the Land of the Lost song, and I know they covered the Fat Albert song, so I know they covered that, but I'm pretty sure they did Land of the Lost as well, which is kind of cool. Any chance Star Trek Discovery is not renewed for a season? No, it's coming back, sadly. Do you prefer Hawaiian Punch or Kool-Aid? I prefer Kool-Aid. Purple Source Rex is the best Kool-Aid. I actually have a few packets of the reissue that came out last year, so I do have some Purple Source Rex. It is kind of a grape lemonade mixture that's really, really good. And Marshall, Will, and Holly. I do have Land of the Lost on DVD, like the real Land of the Lost, not the remake from the 90s. No, the real one. Star Trek Discovery Season 2 make up for Season 1. Kurtzman has to get something right. I hope so. I hope so. STD Season 2 Through the Looking Glass. Well, they already think it's mirrored, not the mirror universe. How are they so dumb? It's not the mirrored universe. God. And people are like, oh, we'll give it a chance. They're trying. Don't the writers have the right to have their dream fulfilled of being Star Trek writers? These people don't have dreams of being Star Trek writers. These people have dreams of being, you know, hired help writers. Oh, holy crap, thank you so much, Herpicus McDerpington. Thanks for the $2 super chat. It sucks that liking Picard will be heresy soon. I know. I'm so sad about the Picard stuff, too. Because, like, 5 years ago, I would have been all over it. 1 year ago, I would have been like, what? You're bringing back Captain Picard? What? I kind of have a bit of an affection for Captain Picard Star Trek. I do have every episode of Next Gen on DVD. Like, the first time they came out when they were expensive. No, I don't know. It's so sad. It's so sad that, like, that I'm just not excited for Picard. And I am the person that this show is for. I am of that generation that grew up with TNG. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so sad. Can we just give the Picard series a chance? Well, once I hear more about it, if I hear that they're going to make it set in the Discovery universe, no. If I hear that they actually hired decent writers for a change and that Alex Kurtzman is just a name-only producer who has nothing to do with it, then maybe I'll give it a shot. But I can't see it being good with Alex Kurtzman involved and Akiva Goldsman. I mean, those people, they just can't, they're just not good. Before STD, it would shut up and take my money. Now it's exterminate us. Oh yeah, it's very much a we will wait and see. We'll wait and see. I'm scared of what they'll do with Picard. Me too. Me too. I'm also scared of what they'll do with Picard. Just listen to how they explain STD. It's our vision. This is our vision. It's our Trek. We're doing this for us. Really? So you don't want to do Trek for the fans that pay your bills? Sounds like Roundhead. I know, it does. You kind of still have to give people what they want. You still have to kind of give people, you know... You think the Picard will be like Jake Skywalker? I kind of do. I watched the first episode of STD, so I'll watch the Picard Light at least once. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it for the channel, for you guys. I'll watch it, but man, I don't know if I'll like it. We won't get a moment like Darmok and Jalad again. He who has been my friend through adventure and hardship is now gone forever. Yeah, we won't. I don't think so. You can let me know if it's any good. We will watch it so you don't have to. Absolutely. I don't want to watch the Picard series. I don't know if it's good. I don't want to have my heart broken over it again because, you know, we grow up with these things. You know, I was raised by the television. I know more about the Munsters than my own family because, you know, you just don't ask a lot of questions when you're a kid about your family, especially if you don't, like, see them that much. If you see your extended family once in a while, and, like, So the same thing with Star Trek, you know, you don't want to, like, have negative images of your family. You want to kind of remember the good times when you're there watching them, and that's what a lot of TV shows and modern audiences don't understand, is that, like, we're so attached to these things because a lot of it is our family. We were raised by the television. We know these characters. We know what they're like. We know how they are. I don't know. Rants. On the bright side, the Doomcock reviews will be amazing. Well, assume he doesn't, like, have a heart attack and die from them. Like, that's his blood pressure, man. We gotta worry about his blood pressure with these things. Picard will be retired, and then they pull him back in. Oh, God. And then it'll be, like, Stargate, Picard, Battlestar Galactica, like, Game of Thrones in space with Picard. Oh, God. Crazy. We're in a situation where news of bringing back beloved inspirational character with the original actor no less is met with trepidation and fear, but that's what's been earned. Exactly. I wonder if Picard will be married. I'm afraid that they'll destroy his marriage if they go that route. Hollywood loves failed relationships. Well, if you remember All Good Things, Beverly and Picard were divorced, So, I don't know. Picard is very, in my perception of Picard, he's very much this kind of stuffy sort of man that loves women who are going to be there for a very short period of time and then off to their career, you know? He loves the very independent, and he said also that he loves the kind of very independent sort of women, and so I don't see him as being able to hold down a marriage for very long, because he's Picard. I don't know. He doesn't seem to want companionship very much, you know? At least not very permanent. My poor dad came over the other day and tried to make conversation with me about Star Trek, even though he could care less. It was cool but awkward. Bring in Harvey. Well, I've got a facsimile of. Managed to collect all the seasons with the original series and TNG. Awesome. That is what you need. Picard fell for a black market trader. The heart wants what the heart wants. Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't help who you fall in love with, too. It'll be cute, it turns out. Takes Picard back to the Discovery era to continue the trial of humanity. Picard and Mikey Spock will be responsible for saving them. Man, I wish Q would just blink her out of existence. I am so... Though all good things his nephew and brother hadn't died. That is true. Do you watch Killing Eve? I don't. I don't even know what Killing Eve is. So no, I'm so sorry. I assume it's a show. So I don't think I watch anything current except for Star Trek Discovery begrudgingly, and I watch The Orville, you know, enthusiastically. I absolutely love The Orville. Mikey Spock desperately needs to be humbled by Q. She needs to be humbled by Spock. Spock needs to come in, like real Spock needs to come in and just tell her, just sit your ass down, lady. Or Kirk. Kirk, man, I think I could forgive whatever they do if they have Kirk come in and be like, you know you're not all that, right? Not only are you not all that, you are not even the bag of chips, right? You are nothing, Mikey Spock. You are not Spock. You are not a Vulcan. You can shove this logic right up where, you know, right up your splintered bony ass, Mikey Spock, man. I'm brutal. I do not like Mikey Spock at all. I'm so brutal to her. Renee and Robert died after the series finale. Yeah, they, in Generations. So... Here's a question to the chat. I have a Generations poster. It's a calendar from the year that movie came out, and it has Picard and Kirk on it. Should I hang it in my office? I do have it. It's kind of in a frame behind another poster at the moment, but should I hang it up? Yes. Yes, you're saying yes. I hear Mr. Flibble says the thought of yet another actor playing Spock and STD is just depressing. Yes, yes. It's one of my few posters that I didn't lose. I mean, I kind of kept a lot of them, but there's a couple that I really wish I still had. I wish I still had my Plan 9 from Outer Space poster, and I wish I still had my Typo Negative poster from, like, when I was 15, and they don't make them anymore, but... I like the movie despite its flaws. I liked Generations just fine. It wasn't that bad. But I didn't have that much of an attachment to Kirk like a lot of people did to see him kind of go out the way he did. Oh man, Picard and All Good Things is not a future set. That is true. You guys are all saying yes, absolutely. She's the crumbs in the bottom of the bag. Yeah, Mikey Spock is the crumbs in the bottom of the bag of chips. She's not all that. She's not the bag of chips. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I was going to make a video on this. Any thoughts on Pine and Hemsworth saying, pay us what you promised or fuck off? Well, I think if they were promised a certain amount of money, they should probably get it. That being said, who cares about these Star Trek JJ-verse? Who cares about the Kelvin Star Trek movies? I don't even remember the third one. And I saw it, and I don't remember one bit of it. I had to be reminded, like, what happened in it. And even then, like, just hearing the description, I'm like, no, I didn't see this. I don't think I saw this. It was so forgettable that I had to watch the Everything Wrong With Star Trek Beyond. Like, what was it, CinemaSins? And I didn't remember it, like, until I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of remember this. I kind of remember that. I kind of remember a little bit of this movie. It was just so bad. Pinesworth. And it wasn't even bad. It was just unmemorable. It was very much like the Han Solo movie. Just a whole lot of nothing. So I guess that's my thought on it. I'm not going to be heartbroken. That's kind of why I decided not to do a video on it, because it would be I mean, I'm not heartbroken. I don't care about the Kelvin timeline. I don't care about these new movies. I guess they have their fan base of millennial Star Trek fans, but I don't know. My son got diarrhea in the middle of it. We left and didn't come back. Oh, I'm so sorry, but that probably saved you, you know, being bored for an hour and a half. No Trek for Kelvin. One and 3 are fine on their own, but enough already. Yeah, we don't need it. And I think that's the problem that movie studios don't understand is, like, we already have these franchises. You don't need to kind of keep going back for brand recognition. We already have it. You know, if you want things, if you want to create lifelong fans of franchises, create a franchise for them. You know, create something that somebody can grow up with and love for years and years and years. And yeah, there's no reason why they need to keep bringing back old franchises. That's the Bad Robot motto, a whole lot of nothing. It is. You are so right about that. It is like a whole lot of nothing. I hadn't even heard of Beyond until a few weeks ago when it came up on a TV quiz show. Well, it is so nothing. It is so bland and unmemorable. It is the vanilla pudding of Star Trek movies. It just, nothing happens. I would have thought I would have been so apathetic towards Star Trek. I chucked it off as turning into my dad, but everyone else feels the same way. I know, and that was another thing that I was kind of realizing, that, you know, a few days ago, I'm like, okay, do I just not like anything? Or is there, and it wasn't even like a few days ago that it's been creeping up. It's been kind of a reoccurring sort of thing for a while now, because of how bad Trek has been, and because of how bad Star Wars has been, and because of how bad movies in general kind of have been, or mediocre. I kind of start questioning, and I did a few years ago too, like, do I even like anything? Do I even like these franchises? And Star Trek Discovery is so bad, you question on whether or not you even liked Star Trek to begin with. And, well, it turns out Deep Space Nine was absolutely amazing. I went and rewatched the first season not too long ago. Absolutely holds up. So, but yeah, it's like a massive plan to just destroy these franchises. I mean, they couldn't do it any worse if they just said, you know, in flat out, if they had Mikey Spock recite a line of dialogue saying, "Screw you old fans, we don't want you anymore." You know, they couldn't do a better job of it unless they, you know, even without saying that. I mean, as my brain just completely shuts off mid-sentence, I'm sorry. TS9 Season 1 is worth watching just for Duet. Yeah, well, I mean, Season 1's good anyway. Season 1 was pretty good. JG says, wow, I totally forgot the third movie even existed. I know, it's so unmemorable. It's so nothing. There's just nothing to that third Star Trek movie. That third Kelvin timeline movie, I should say. I read somewhere that movie and TV execs want movie and TV series to be predictable because it makes the audience feel smarter. Oh no. If they want to feel smarter, go watch Wheel of Fortune. Those idiots on that show are like... Oh boy. Sometimes I'll watch just wrong answers on Wheel of Fortune video, or like funny game show moments, and man, some of those people are just not the brightest. I do kind of love it when people mispronounce words that are, you know, normally pronounceable or common things, and they get kind of dinged on Wheel of Fortune because the whole puzzle's solved and nobody knows how to pronounce it because they're 18 or 20 or something. It's just funny. It's just one of those weird kind of funny things that happens. But oof. You guys are saying oof in chat. I should get the other guitar before I change out the strings. So I'm going to put the same strings on the Martin as I am going to put on my Fender over there. At least I'll put this away. I don't want to go grab it. So I'm going to put the same strings on the Martin as the Fender, and hopefully... Now, the Fender has never, as far as I can remember, had a string change, and that guitar is like 20 years old, so it probably needs it. DS9 The Visitor broke me when it aired. I almost lost my dad a few months before, and it hit home hard. Oh, I'm so sorry. That level of Trek, I worry we'll never see again. Me too, absolutely. I don't know if they're gonna, like, keep it being emotional and have, like, a connection with things. And I'm kind of worried for us as people, as a species, because they keep dumbing everything down so much, and you have people who don't understand anything ever, and I certainly misunderstand things all the time. I certainly am a bit of a victim of, you know, just not paying attention and not... I am certainly of that kind of generation where if I'm watching something, I will be playing a video game on my tablet at the same time, so... Yeah, I hate to kind of just say it's millennials that only do that, because I've certainly done that before, and I know a lot of people have been, like, at a restaurant with their significant other, and you're just kind of scrolling through your phone at the same time, and nobody talks to each other. I see that all the time. And, you know, I kind of worry for us as a species, because we don't pay attention anymore. We kind of hear just a certain couple of little phrases, and then we react on it. And the news is really bad about that as well. I see that all the time. People just hearing stuff and treating it like truth. You know, like the Rose Tico stuff. If everybody remembers what happened when they're like, oh yeah, Kelly Marie Tran left Instagram because she was bullied off of it. Do you have any proof? Oh yeah, this article speculated it. Okay, do you have any proof? Yeah, I gave you this article. It's like, no, you gave me an article quoting speculation. You gave me, basically, you're perpetuating this rumor, you know, and I'm so glad that I put out there on Twitter that, well, maybe she just set it to private for, you know, non-disclosure agreements, and I'm so happy that, like, we can kind of fight back some of this misinformation with, you know, at least bringing some reasonable doubt, at least kind of questioning everything you hear, because that's one of the biggest issues I have with a lot of news and media, is that so much of it is speculation, so much of it is not researched, and so much of it is just, you know, we hear a snippet of something and we make an article on it, and then YouTubers make a video on it, and I've done that. I've made videos on, like, a snippet of information, absolutely. And usually I try and focus on, this is the thing that I'm upset over. You know, I'm upset with, like, the way it's worded, or I'm upset with a thing, like, they call this a man baby, and yeah, and I don't try and perpetuate these articles as fact. But, sorry, what was that? Listening to something about Tico and speculums? No, that's the porn videos. Those are the late night ones. Tidal wave could engulf the eastern seaboard and it would be old news in a week. It would. Oh, that. Fun times. Now they're doing the same thing with Ruby Rose's Batwoman. She left Twitter and CBR as the first to say it was because of anti-Semitism or homophobia. And they did the same thing with the actress who played Star Fury, or whatever her name was, or Starfire, on Teen Titans with the hooker outfit. And people are like, oh, you guys have such a problem with her because of the color of her skin. I'm like, you know, when I made my video on that, I Google image searched her picture, and it was giving me pictures of, like, white strippers and white cops undercover as hookers. So you're the one who's putting race into this, people, not me. And it's so annoying. I really hate that. Must be an Ollie record for Ruby Rose. Everyone just forgot about the Vegas shooting, and now everyone, and how we still don't know anything. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, real things that happen, they just kind of gloss over because it's easier to talk about. And I am so guilty of it too. It's so much easier for me to talk about something like Star Trek Discovery than, you know, healthcare, because I cannot... I am somebody who has a great deal of anxiety. I don't leave the house by myself if I can avoid it, because I don't like dealing with the real world and real world people and situations and problems and political stuff especially. You know, and so for somebody like me, it's so much easier to ignore the big issues. Like, if I got sick or something, there's no way I'd be able to pay for it. I don't have health care, you know, so just don't go to the doctor and don't worry about it. Just put it out of your head. So we're kind of in this society where we all of us, especially me, we just kind of want to close our ears and be like, no, I'm just going to talk about Star Wars. I'm just going to talk about Star Wars. It's so much easier to just talk about Star Wars or Star Trek, or, and it's embarrassing that we're like this, and I don't know how to fix that. I really don't know what to do to fix it. But So it's so much easier, well, it's not even easier to fight for our entertainment, but I think if we can kind of focus on what we know, like, I know more about entertainment than I do politics, for sure, but if we can kind of combat the political crap that's going on in the entertainment industry, then maybe we can sneak our way in that way and fix some of this other shit that's going on in the world. But DC and WB could have ended the whole thing by releasing a good photo. Exactly. It's like they do this on purpose for people to get pissed about. Starfire. Is that the STD Lando got the banging from L3? Is that the STD Lando got from banging L3? No, it's like some picture from Titans or something. I would serve in your queen's card random. Well, thank you. See, that's what we need. We just need to, like, Doomcock to just take over all this and fix everything. Because, man, it needs it. We need it. We need something that fixes this. World's gone crazy, if you ask me. It has. And we're kind of like all of these YouTubers that are kind of surfacing now, between like the Midnight's Edge people and the High Council people and like all of these YouTubers that are kind of just coming out of nowhere, being able to just talk at a camera live and like in front of 30 people almost. We got 30 people here, and thank you guys so much for being here. We're kind of becoming talk radio. We're kind of becoming alternative media, because some of us do a little bit more research, and some of us, you know, kind of combat a lot of the false media stuff that we get. And as long as we don't go super conspiracy theory, I mean, we can at least have some dignity and credibility. And Doomcock will restore order to the world. I hope so. I hope so. The world's lost its mind. That's why I wait our Lord Doomcock. I know. It's one of those things, like, you kind of hear him talk, and you're like, exactly. This is exactly what we need. You and others, like, you really feel the void for me, partially anyways. Thanks. Well, and thank you guys so much. Like, even when I was doing gaming streaming, I would still just kind of ramble and talk about stuff, but you know, you kind of still need to find the right audience for what you're saying or what you're selling. And I guess I'm selling my opinions. I'm selling my kind of hot-headed, fly off the handle sometimes opinions. Do I miss Toys R Us? Yes. Dynamo75 says, do you miss Toys R Us? I do kind of miss Toys R Us. I drove by it not too long ago when I was doing the Migo hunting. And I'm like, oh man, I would have just got these at Toys R Us if they had them. I would have absolutely done that. Oh, I also moved my Stimpy and my log figures so you guys could see them, or my plushies. Those were actually not Toys R Us. I got them off of Amazon. But you'd make a great school teacher. I would not. I do not like children one bit. I would make a horrible school teacher. I have about the patience for children that I have for, like, I don't know, being woken up in the middle of the night. You're giving people the truth. Well, I'm giving people my opinions. And if it is something that I actually have information on, I will absolutely say. But for the most part, I give people opinions. That's funny. I did kind of... I thought about being a teacher for about a minute because I wanted to make sure I could arrest bullies or have bullies arrested. And, of course, you can't do that. You know? I really wanted to do something that... Because when I was a kid, you would just get bullied, and the teacher would kind of ignore it and turn a blind eye to it. So I would say, you know, please do something about this. And oh, thank you so much, Dia Vanille, £2. Love your streams, keep it up. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Does anyone else's feed keep freezing? I'm so sorry if it does freeze. I did lower my thing down to 30 frames, so we're not using nearly as much bandwidth. So hopefully, I could probably even lower it down to 720 next time. My mom is a teacher and she hates all the BS involved. Yeah, I imagine teachers can't do anything. Like, they aren't legally allowed to do anything because you got kids with cell phones monitoring everything you say. You can't misspeak. You can't lose your temper for 1 second. You can't lose your cool for 1 second. Yeah, I can't imagine. And then your hands are tied and you can't even discipline kids. You can't even, like, take away their cell phones because the kids will probably sue you for stealing their personal property. So, yeah, I can't imagine. Plus you've got, like, the generation of kids nowadays who will call Child Protective Services on their parents if they're disciplined. So, yeah, I can't imagine it. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, I'm under Doomcock's spell. He broke me last week when he asked me to message him to update. Update him on my issues. Oh, he's such a sweetie. He cares about all of his fans. For an evil overlord, he's like absolutely one of the... I think he's probably a lot nicer than I am. I am certainly definitely more angelique in my nature. I am vengeful. I am... Yeah. It's like, if you cross me, I will smite you for sure. Why is everyone so big on Doomcock? He's awesome. He's funny. I think he's hilarious. He's one of my favorite people. The chat's not cutting. Okay, chatting is not cutting. Awesome. I guess it's just for me. Thanks for cutting, everyone. I'll have to continue. Oh, thanks for chatting. I'll have to continue raccoon-proofing my shed. Oh, good luck raccoon-proofing the shed. World's gone mad. It is. It has. I had an English teacher in the middle of school that would throw erasers at students if they were not paying attention. I'm sure that has changed. Or he retired. I had reasonably decent teachers, except I had one teacher who threw a kid up against a wall. She was kind of burnt out, though. And I had, who was it? There's another one who wasn't that great. Oh, I had a student push me up against a desk and break a picture off a teacher's desk. Because he kind of shoved me into it. But that wasn't the teacher's fault. Yes, show some respect for the future ruler of Earth. Exactly. Tim Cook is amazing. That's why he is. He's funny. Teacher burnout is real. Absolutely. Well, YouTuber burnout is also real, and I think that well, there's a channel that I used to watch a little bit when I was playing a certain video game, and I see this channel that went from like 500,000 subs down to like maybe 1,000 views per video or 6,000 views per video. And if you have 400,000 subscribers or 500,000 or whatever they're at now, and you're only getting like 4,000 views on a video, there's either something wrong with YouTube or something wrong with the way we watch YouTube. And I think it might be a lot to do with like kind of the age group of people who are watching that channel, because that channel seems to be really a junior high school sort of kid channel. And the way younger viewers watch YouTube is they will go through and just look at their recommended, just look at what's suggested to them. You know, like my YouTube gaming, right? I have YouTube gaming on here. And you know, it won't tell you like the newest video of somebody. It'll just keep recommending like the most popular. So all of my videos that were getting, you know, 30,000 views on them were for a game I hadn't touched in 2 years. So I was like going through playing streaming games every day, doing all this awesome stuff, or as much as I could, and nobody was showing up for it because of the way YouTube shows your recommendeds. Yeah, like my recommended on YouTube gaming is it's nothing I watch. I don't watch any of this. Like, I don't watch any of this stuff at all. I don't even know who any of these people are. And this is what's recommended to me on YouTube gaming. Like, I don't watch any of this. I don't know who any of these people are, so that's crazy. To be fair, there's a hell of a lot wrong with YouTube. There kind of is. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, in primary school we had a teacher that actually dragged someone along by their ear when teachers could actually punish you. Kids were a lot better behaved. Yeah, I think kids were better behaved when you could be disciplined, for sure. Like, holy crap, are they actively trying to kill themselves? There's stuff wrong with YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I think YouTube, well, I think YouTube, the algorithm, it's a bot, really. It's a computer program. It's an AI that kind of goes in and says, oh, these videos are super popular. We're going to throw them in the recommendeds. And we're going to be, and this kind of ties into a lot of when everybody thought everybody had to be family friendly and you had to not swear and not do anything. And everybody was censoring their swears out of their videos for a while. So I think YouTube picked up on that and was like kind of promoting all the same 5 videos over and over again from people. And even now, I get the same videos recommended. I get, like, the Midnight's Edge Ghostbusters videos recommended to me. I watched them 2 years ago. I don't, you know, I might watch them again. But I don't really need to watch them again because I don't, you know, we're 2 years past that. And YouTube doesn't quite realize that, you know, you have a certain age of people like me who will go and click on a channel that I like. If Geeks and Gamers stuff doesn't show up in my recommended feed, I will go and click on it on my subscription feed. kids, like 10 to 12-year-old kids, don't seem to know to do that from what I'm seeing. And I could be absolutely wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But it doesn't seem like it, like they go out of their way to click on videos. They go out of their way to click on whatever's recommended to them. And that's why you have channels that drop, you know, all the views drop because the same handful of videos keep getting views. And I had to go through and unlist everything when I switched over from gaming, just so that I wouldn't have the same, you know, the same five sort of viewers showing up being mad that I'm not playing a game that I haven't touched in 2 years, or being mad that I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber that they kind of expect me to be, because this other YouTuber is a Nintendo YouTuber and gets all these free games. Well, why aren't you playing this game? Nintendo didn't give me a copy of that game. That's why I'm not playing the game. But can't you? No, I don't have $60. And like, there's a certain age group that doesn't understand that. And there's a certain, you know, I don't want to complain. I don't want to complain about it, but it's just kind of, that's kind of what I'm observing as happening. And that's kind of my gut instinct. And I usually have gut instincts about things that usually turn out to be kind of right. YouTube badly needs some competition. Absolutely. Yes, the algorithm is messed up. It's suggesting a vid on we don't see in 4K. I haven't even looked at any vids remotely connected to that. Yeah, it's showing me like makeup videos and in my suggestions. I don't watch makeup tutorials. I mean, I'm a little girly. I'm not like super duper girly though. I watch Midnight's Edge Doomcock interview a lot. Oh, that's fun. That is a fun one. I like that one. That's a fun interview. Let's see. Oh my god, it actually is showing me in my recommendeds that I'm live. Okay, so this is what my recommended is. My display capture. I think I need that up higher. No, my video capture needs to be lower. There we go. The notifications need to be above that. Can I do it? I don't know. It's not letting me. It's not letting me. Alright, well, my notifications need to be higher than my video capture, and I don't think it's letting me do that. Alright, well, I don't know why. So, display capture on. Here we go. So, this is me. That's Zabu. I've got a Comic Artist Pro Secret video coming out that is recommended, and Geeks and Gamers. And a whole bunch of stuff I don't care about. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this thing. I don't know this at all. Reckless is a friend of mine. Actually, he's a really good streamer. You should probably watch him. He's awesome. And I did actually watch this 3 days ago. I watched this live. You don't need to recommend it to me. That's another thing. When you watch something live, it shows up in your recommendeds again because it doesn't count it. Deadpool 2, I don't know why. Oh, also, another really awesome streamer, Lord Blue Eyes, he's a friend of mine. You should totally check him out. Yeah, there's so much stuff, and this is like the stuff that pops up in my recommendeds, which is fine. I don't mind that, but, you know, it's a lot better than normal. Oh yeah, Dry Ice Underwater. I don't know why that's in my recommendeds. I don't know why I care about any... Michael Cera, I don't care about this. Why is this in my recommended? So yeah, I don't understand why YouTube like all of a sudden is now recommending me things I've never heard of before. It was fine when it was like recommending me the 3 or 4 channels I really watch, you know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. That's crazy. You're right, I actually have to actively search for what I want to watch by going into my sub tab. Exactly. Support BitChute if you want to build a competitor for YouTube. Yeah, I mean, as long as I don't have to pay money to put my videos on something, because I think VidMe or Vimeo, one of those two, had a thing where you have to, like, pay a certain amount if you're uploading more than a certain number of gigabytes or something. Any game you're really looking forward to releasing? Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 I'm really excited for. I hope it's not going to be bad, but that's the one I'm really excited about. I'm digging their head hay. Hello, Vincent. Do you mean hair? Is it a typo? It might be a typo or an autocorrect. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 I'm super excited for. I think it's going to be good. I really think it's going to be good. Because Red Dead 2 is kind of one of those, well, Red Dead 1 was one of my favorite games ever of all time. I absolutely loved it. There's just kind of moments in there where I would be, like, kind of wandering along, and I just would take the long way around because I wanted to explore, or just wanted to kind of go off with my horse and Mr. Horsey Face. Is that only on consoles? Yeah, I think Red Dead 2 is only gonna be on console. That's okay, I have a capture card, so I can easily stream it over on Twitch. Guess how many are actually relevant to what I've watched and searched? Not many. Oh, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, I missed your first thing. First 5 suggestions. My old live stream, so me. Top 10 accidental skip discoveries and speedrunning longevity. Why I now eat 1 meal a day. Yelling about the Jack trilogy and Happy Souls. I guess how many of those are actually relevant to what I've watched and searched? Probably just me. Probably just a stream you've already watched. That really happens all the time with me. My streams will, like if I'm there moderating a Doomcock stream, and I watch every second of it, and I am there for every second of it, it'll recommend it to me the next day, once it's done rendering, or uploading, or buffering, or whatever it does. So I don't get it. Maybe it doesn't do it so bad with when I stream, because I stream through OBS. I don't stream through Google Hangouts. And there actually is a way, if people want like streams from Google Hangouts through like let's say like the High Council, for example. Let's say they want to be on all of their channels at once. It would probably be a mess with the super chats, but they could easily have one person capture it, and then one person on Hangouts, and then another person capture it. So you could have it on all 3 channels live at the same time. It would be a nightmare with super chats dealing with something like the High Council, and it would kind of probably split the viewers down to whoever's channel that they absolutely like the most, but you know, but you could absolutely do that. So I think for like smaller streamers, or for gaming sort of streams or whatever, there's no reason why you couldn't have streams going on 2 channels at once for YouTubers. But Happy Souls is awesome though. Which one's Happy Souls? This is clearly clickbait. I was expecting a talking pussycat. I'm sorry, DJ D Show. Dynamo says, are you planning to watch any movies in the theaters, like maybe The Meg? Maybe The Meg. Maybe on a matinee. It looked actually not terrible. So I don't know, but man, Rainn Wilson. I just went off on Rainn Wilson the other day, so I don't know if I want to watch him in a movie just yet. Maybe I will. Can't wait for Media Molecule's Dreams. Planning on posting game videos again on YouTube. Oh, I've never heard of that. Hello, Warren Roar. Just watched Star Trek 2 movie and 3 for his nostalgia's sake, to be reminded of how great our beloved characters are. Oh, Wrath of Khan? Yes. We'll always watch, just watch Wrath of Khan. Just watch, that's all the Star Trek you need. You don't need anything else. No, that's not true. Will you rejoice if Rain gets eaten by a shark? Probably. I probably would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would play Happy Soul, or is it Happy Souls or We Happy Few? What's the one? Oh, it's We Happy Few. What's Happy Souls? What is Happy Souls? Now I gotta look that up. Happy Souls. Oh, Lord. What's the thing that I'm gonna be watching? I'm going to be watching, Krull. Krull is going to be in the theaters. That's the one I'm going to be watching in the theater. Krull for Rift Tracks in a couple of weeks. I think it's towards the end of the month. So I will be watching that one in the theater. I've never seen Krull. I don't know how I missed it. I guess I just never went down the fantasy section. I always stayed in the horror section because you had to walk through the sci-fi to the horror, and then fantasy was like somewhere else. Or fantasy would be action-adventure depending on what thing you had. But Alright, Happy Souls on YouTube. Oh, it's a video. Okay. Alright. I have not seen that. We Happy Few has problems. Lots of them. Yeah, I probably won't be playing We Happy Few. That's, from what I saw back a couple years ago when, it was initially in beta or whatever when it came out, or early access, it was very stealthy and very time-based, and one of those games where you have to kind of sneak around and eat and do all these sort of daily task maintenance things to kind of keep your person alive. Nothing drives me crazy more in a game than having to do survival-y things or stealthy things, so We Happy Few looks bad. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look like my type of game. I haven't seen Krull in a long time. One of my faves as a kid, loved the Krull weapon glaive. I need to see it. I've never seen it, so it looked so weird. To me, I don't know what the difference between like Krull and Deathstalker and those type of movies are, because they all kind of seem like cheesy, low budgety fantasy movies. Came back. What did I miss? Not a whole lot. We were just talking and hanging out. Krull, Conan, Sword of the Sorcerer, Fun 80s films. Never watched Conan. I didn't watch any of the fantasy sort of movies. None of the muscly barbarian shirtless guys. I didn't watch any of that. Stuff like Beastmaster. I never saw Beastmaster. Probably because that, like, fantasy was just never my genre. You know, I'm definitely one of those people, like, I did not like Legend at all. I've never seen Willow. I never planned to see Willow. I just have no interest in those. So for something like Krull, I'm kind of curious. I think I'm going more for the jokes than the movie. So hopefully it'll be enjoyable. I think it'll be enjoyable. Hercules. Well, I remember the Hercules movies on Mystery Science Theater, like Hercules Against the Moon Men. Those are actually pretty fun. Conan had a great soundtrack. Hawk the Slayer. I don't know any of these things. Oh, Herpicus McDurpington says, simple stealth tactics. No one will notice if there's no one to notice. Exactly. That's one of the things, like, in stealth games, I just don't do stealth. I usually just kind of go through and kill everything. I'm so weird at video games, though, too. Like, I ended up never using Deadeye in Red Dead Redemption, so I think I just avoided all the duels, because I just never used Deadeye. Hawk the Slayer had Jack Palance as the villain. I've never actually heard of Hawk the Slayer. I love those. Kevin Sorbo ruined Hercules. I never actually watched the Hercules series. I watched Xena. I love Xena. I really love the Xena series. I never watched the Hercules one. It looks like my camera went off focus again. Did you go off focus again? When I came back, it probably when I came back. I forgot all about the Sword and the Sorcerer. There's so many of those movies I never saw. I was watching, like, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the 80s. I didn't really watch a lot of fantasy. I did like the Dark Crystal quite a lot. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to ask the chat. Should I put my office tour on my main channel or leave it on Patreon as kind of an exclusive? Because I've got the first video up and it's gonna be more than one video. There's a lot of crap in here to kind of go over. So if I put it on Patreon only, that's kind of an incentive for you guys to join Patreon, but, you know, there's also going to be just totally exclusive videos. But I thought that people would like the office tour, especially of all the crap that's back behind me, because I have a lot of cool stuff back there. It's up to you. Oh, the Gelflings. Yeah, I liked the Gelflings. Leave it as exclusive, but share it with me. See, you could be a patron, though. You could totally be a patron. That's the thing. I want to have exclusive stuff there, but I don't want to, like, exclude people, which is so weird. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't want to, like, exclude. I know there's, like, a million people who want to watch or want to see what's back there too. I know I need to put, like, guitar playing videos on there, and I need to put. And maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe I'll do, like, a pre-recorded guitar playing video where I don't feel so nervous. Because I'm not, like, having to stop and answer a question. I get so nervous when I'm playing on camera on stream because I do have to stop or I want to stop. I don't have to stop. I want to stop and talk to you guys. Dark Crystal 2 is now in pre-production. I've heard that they're doing a TV series based on, I want to say, the graphic novels or the books, and it's going to be like a prequel. But I didn't know if like the whole sequel movie was actually going to be a thing. I've been watching Babylon 5 lately. Learning Through Insanity says, awesome! Babylon 5 is one of the best. Like, I think I like that more than Star Trek, to be honest. There's so much good about Babylon 5. And I really wish that, like, they made the little models of the shadow ships. Then I would absolutely have ships behind me, you know. I would have probably the White Star. I would probably have the Minbari Cruiser. I would probably have a Star Fury. I would probably have, like, Babylon 5 is something I know. Love B5. I just wish it looked better on streaming, Rubicon Alpha says. Oh, I gotta scroll. Somebody said something. Thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't heard much about it. It's the AAA sort of game. I really don't know much about it. OJ Martinez, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Gotta go have fun hanging out. Keep it the great vids. Well, thank you so much. Gotta go back to work. Start by to say hi. Oh no, my notifications are still off. Oh no, there they are. I moved my screen. So thank you so much for the $5 super chat, OJ Martinez. Gotta go back to work, so stop by to say hi. Sorry, I have to go. See you soon. Well, thank you so much, Warren Roar, for being here. Thank you so much. It sucks. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Oh, Babylon 5 isn't what... Way better. DS9 was a ripoff of Babylon 5. Yeah, I think I personally like Babylon 5 better than Deep Space Nine. Fallout 76 player pass. I didn't play Fallout 4, so I don't like survival games. I don't like survival games, and I don't like settlement building games, and I don't like first person games, and I don't like games with other people. So I'm absolutely not going to be playing Fallout 76. Oh, Cyberpunk, not B5. Ah, okay. Yeah, Cyberpunk I don't really know anything about, so it's probably not even going to be a game that hits my radar, to be honest. Let me look it up. Cyberpunk 2077. Images. Let me look at images. Yeah, that's a game I probably wouldn't even watch a Let's Play of, to be honest. It looks fine if you like the type of game, but I don't know. Finally a live cam chatter with more than a 1 megabyte connection. Oh, that's because I'm using OBS Studio instead of I know a lot of people use Google Hangouts, and Google Hangouts does not seem to be the best thing for these, because you can't change your camera settings, and you can't change, you can't change a lot of the stuff about Google. You can lower your resolution and stuff in there, but a lot of people just stream right through their phones or through Google Hangouts. So I come from gaming, so I kind of know how to use OBS a little bit. It's basically StarCraft, but slightly better graphics. Oh, Fallout 4 is the STD of Fallout games. I've heard people who really like Fallout 4, so I don't know. I don't really know anything about it. Just like futuristic games, Peter Smith says. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of I have sort of an aversion to kind of AAA games, I guess is the best way to put it. Depending on the game, like 90% AAA games, like just I don't know anything about. I don't really pay attention to. It's clearly not made for the people who like Fallout. Oh no. StarCraft with slightly better graphics. Yeah, I don't know anything about StarCraft either. I never played it. Bat 5 is great fun. Check out playing the bad guy. Dude. Bester on Babylon 5. Holy crap. Like, I need to get, one of the things I was going to do last year, but I just didn't have time for Halloween, was I was going to get, the Psy-Cop pin, and I was going to just get a black pair of gloves, because pretty much everything I wear normally could just be a Psy-Cop uniform, so I was totally going to do that. But no, I didn't do it. Hello, Jeff the Iron Wolf. I see who saw my Burnham rant. Oh Lord, yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I need to go back and watch more of it. I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but yeah. The bester. I think anybody who rants about Michael Burnham negatively is okay in my book. I don't like Michael Burnham. She's the worst character in Star Trek, I think. Random Psychop 42. Yeah, that's definitely, especially with all the crap that Star Trek has been going through lately. Like, just Babylon 5 got edged just slightly higher in my opinion. Is your closet the black hole of Calcutta like mine? Actually, no. Not really. My closet's pretty new. It just has clothes in it. That's about it. I've got my motorcycle boots in there, and that's about it. Picard is about to be the worst. I hope not. Burnham is the worst Star Trek character. Prove me wrong. I agree. I don't have any way of proving you wrong. I think she kind of is the worst Star Trek character for sure. I don't think there's anything really redeemable about her. I don't think there's anything likable about her. I don't think that yeah, there's just nothing good about Michael Burnham, and I can't help but think, but I can't help but think that you gotta have something. You gotta not be seeing her the way we see her if you think she's okay. You gotta not be watching if you think she's okay. I want to like insult people, but it really that kind of seems to me to be the case. Like you just have to not be watching Star Trek Discovery if you think she's okay. Better not praise B5 too much. They'll decide to reboot it next. They need to re-release it with high definition stuff. Absolutely, they do need to. They need to go in and fix some of the CG, and they need to I don't know, man. Don't reboot Babylon 5. Please don't reboot Babylon 5. Oh, I will be crying on air like Doomcock did with the whole Spock stuff if they reboot Babylon 5, I think. You know, unless JMS comes in and says, hey, I'm rebooting my series Babylon 5, and here's what I'm excited about with it. But if it's just some greedy, like, if it's just Warner Brothers coming along wanting a fucking cash grab, no, I will be crying, I will be livid, I will be, yeah. But I mean, if JMS is involved, it could be interesting. I would like to see a continuation. Because, you know, we could bring back Veer. You could easily bring back Veer. Have something going on in, you know, his life, something that happens with him as the Emperor. Claudia Christian, you can still bring back. I mean, she still looks amazing. Pretty much everybody else, you couldn't. Yeah, you can bring back Delenn. Mira Furlan's still around. I just think it's so sad because of the Babylon 5 curse. So many actors have passed because of Babylon 5. Yeah, if they let JMS head it, then I'm down. Exactly. When you're doing exciting crew member as a giant tardigrade, you know something's wrong somewhere. Exactly. Babylon 5 film only on JMS terms. Yes, only if JMS has script supervision and you can't bring in Harlan Ellison anymore as a script consultant because he's gone. You would need somebody like an actual science fiction writer. You would need somebody who knows the universe. You would need. God, you would need me for that job. You need me to come in and help with the Babylon 5 reboot if you're going to do it. I would gladly be a consultant, or I think I know more about Babylon 5 than Star Trek even, because it's more my wheelhouse. Javier, love it. I have to give him complete control or I won't watch. Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't take that risk. Yep. Only if he's involved. If it's something like, you know, Warner Brothers doing that shit that they did with Ghostbusters, then I'm gonna be pissed. Oh no, now I just thought of something, because Warner Brothers did the Ghostbusters thing, and they'll recast Babylon 5, all women, one of every color of the goddamn rainbow. You're gonna have a gay woman here who's black, and then you're gonna have a transgendered person, and then you're gonna have a Latina, and then you're gonna have an Asian, and then you're gonna have and it's gonna be bad because they're going to do something where they have to go out of their way to say, see, look at us, we have brownie points because we're diverse, look how diverse we are. And it's gonna be so cheap, and that's kind of what they started doing in the later seasons of Rugrats too. They started doing the diversity rainbow crap, like, oh, we need a token this and a token that. Man, I probably lost everybody because I noticed that stuff when Rugrats was doing it, when they were bringing in one of every color of the rainbow. Like, you could have made a diverse show in the beginning. I don't know why you're changing it now. Why are you changing it? Why are you changing Rugrats? Don't change Rugrats. But, you know. Let's cross over Defiant and the White Star do a mission together. That could be interesting. I do want a White Star. Those are nice. Do you like Crusade? I have Crusade. I do have Crusade. I liked Crusade quite a bit. It gave us one of my favorite characters, Galen, the Technomage. I absolutely loved him. He was such a cool character. I really wanted to know so much more about him. Crusade, man, it didn't get time. It didn't get a chance. And of course it was in like that late 90s cable sort of hell of stuff getting moved around and shift around, but rewatch Babylon 5, all episodes at least 35 times. Nice. I rewatch it every once in a while. It's definitely one of my rewatch shows. Zoot. No zoot. No zooting in chat. Do you remember actor Robert Russler, who played Warren Keffer, pilot of the Star Fury, leader of the Zeta Wing Squadron, who's also in Weird Science? Yes. It sounds very familiar. I don't remember him in Weird Science now. I remember Keffer. I remember Warren Keffer. I don't really remember much about Weird Science though. I think I only saw Weird Science once. Really wish that could have been done better. Yeah, there's so many. Like, Crusade is so heartbreaking because it just didn't have a chance to find its wings. You had an interesting character. Max was a great character in Crusade. He was kind of an unlikable sort of douche, but he had a heart. He had character. He had some depth to him. And just the stuff with you know, Mr. Kitty, and there was some depth on Crusade. Like, I really liked that. It was a really good show. I liked it. Galen the Cyborg Technomage. Love the coat. I need to make a Technomage costume. I absolutely need to do that. I have a long black trench coat that I could absolutely convert to a Technomage costume. It's either Technomage or Psycop. And damn it, now I'm getting excited about cosplay. And I've never cosplayed in my life, but ratings hurt it. Yeah, ratings definitely hurt Crusade. I guess Lord of the Rings gets repeated retelling, so Babylon 5 could as well. Oh no. The Excalibur was an epic ship. I liked the Excalibur. It was a cool ship. We didn't get to see that. Like, we really didn't... Crusade just didn't get the love. I mean, we didn't get, like, figures and toys from Crusade. We didn't get... I don't think they ever made any from the Excalibur. But they did make... I know they made the Micro Machine, like, Babylon 5 ships, which I really, really want. And holy crap, thank you so much, Herpicus McDurpington. $5 super chat. After everything that's been going on in Star Wars... Is liking the prequels still heresy? I don't think so. There's a lot of people who love the prequels. There's some good stuff in the prequels. You know, the Darth Maul fight was one of the most amazing things we ever got in Star Wars, I think. So no, I don't think liking the prequels is heresy. And even 10 years ago, if you liked the prequels, you weren't considered less of a Star Wars fan. You're just like, okay, you probably grew up with them. Okay, we'll forgive it. At least that's kind of my opinion of it. Like, for people who like the prequels, it just seems like they grew up with it. B5 is awesome. B5 is awesome. This is should I do videos on Babylon 5? Should I do like episode reviews? I don't know what the copyright would be like, but I could probably do that. Yeah, I just need to put a CD drive in my computer, and then I could get screenshots as I watch the episodes, and I could absolutely do kind of episode breakdowns for you guys. Or seasons. Yes, I'd like to join in. Hell yeah. There's not a lot of love for Babylon 5 on the internet. Like, there's channels I subscribe to only because they made a Babylon 5 video, and I think it's so forgotten. Even when I went to Comic-Con in the UK last, like 4 years ago, I went to Newcastle's first ever Comic-Con, and there was nothing Babylon 5 there. Just nothing. There's a lot of, like, teenage Whovians. There's a lot of, there's a lot of Star Wars pop stuff. There's a lot of kind of where we are now with pop culture. There was one Minbari mask, and that was it. That was the only thing I ever saw. It wasn't even a mask. I think it was like a headpiece or something. So there was one thing of Babylon 5 anything there. Like a reason to rewatch B5. I would love to. Maybe we'll do that like on Patreon, like group watches of Babylon 5 episodes. Or what we could do, you know, like how the High Council or World Class Bullshitters does rewatches of stuff. We could all just do like a rewatch where I could tell you, okay, go to Amazon and queue up this episode, and I'm going to watch it with my headphones so you guys don't hear it. And we could just do like Discord hangouts where we watch Babylon 5 together, and we could do it live here. It wouldn't even have to be on Patreon. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to do that? Like have a few viewers come and join on Discord? That might be fun. That might be fun to do. If you watch it with you. Well, you guys would have to provide your own copy. I wouldn't want to, like, do copyright stuff, but I would absolutely rewatch Babylon 5 in a heartbeat. Like, before watching The Expanse, I will, you know, you give me a choice between, okay, here's, you could watch Farscape or Babylon 5, or you could watch, The Expanse or Babylon 5. Yeah, I would much rather watch Babylon 5 than anything. So that might be something we can do on the channel. You know what? I'm gonna look into that. I need to install. I think I'll buy that. I don't know how far out it'll be. I will buy a hard drive on my computer so we can do that. Or I bring in my laptop and I watch it on my laptop or something, because my laptop has a DVD player, has a Blu-ray player. Ah, Mr. Morden, now don't move. God, Babylon 5. You guys are getting me excited about Babylon 5 again. I love that show so much. That's probably my favorite. And Stargate. I love Stargate, too. I own it on Google Play, on an Amazon disc copy, and on disc copies. Well, I know Amazon has it just available. If you have Amazon Prime, you can just stream it. So that probably won't be an issue for a lot of viewers, because I think a lot of you have Amazon Prime. How much am I in? Minbari cruisers are so cool. Coolest ships ever. Yeah, oh, the Minbari cruisers. Okay, the Minbari cruisers they kind of look like fish to me. They kind of look like giant beta fish, which I really liked. They have cool ships. I can talk about Babylon 5 ships even. This is kind of how, I'm not just like one of these fake girl nerds. I popped into Anti-Trekker's stream last night, and he was saying that, like, you're an actual girl geek. You're not like one of these girls who write for these articles. I don't remember how he put it, but I kind of took it as I wasn't like one of these girls on like the Orbit Report on Channel Awesome, these 20-year-old geek girls who like Marvel stuff because it's popular and trendy. It's like, no, I fought when I got divorced. I fought to get the Babylon 5 DVDs, and I didn't get them. These are my repurchase. Like, I had to go and rebuy them all. Like, I fought to get my Star Trek DVDs when I got divorced, So I go back. I go way back with Babylon 5. I go way back with Star Trek. I go way back with a lot of this, so. Just review 90s sci-fi. Yeah. I've never seen Babylon 5. Maybe I should start. Oh my god. Start. Watch Babylon 5. Dude, what we will do, maybe like Friday or something, we'll schedule like an episode rewatch or something. Kind of like how World Class Bullshitters does their movie watches. Maybe we'll just do Babylon 5 watches and do like a couple episodes a week and just stream it, and we can just hang out, and you guys can like ask questions, and we can just, yeah. I probably don't even need to be on camera. We can do Google Hangouts, we can do Discord, we can do any of that stuff. When you're happy, you fidget. You like B5 a lot. When I'm happy, I bounce. Yeah, I am not somebody. Seraph has said this to me too. I am not somebody who hides my body language at all. If I am disappointed with something, or if I'm angry, you know it. If I'm happy, you know it. World Class Bullshitters watch parties are fun. I like watching their watch parties, because and you kind of need people on voice with you if you're doing a watch party. So it might be something where we kind of have a few people pop on, and I think we can even do them in the afternoons or weekends or something. We can do like a Saturday afternoon or something. Whatever's good with you guys. Tell me in the comments of this video also if you watch this later. I'm bouncing back and forth from one podcast to another. Oh, who else is live? Who else is live? Are there other people live? Did I miss something? I don't know who else is live. I am going to probably wrap it up real quick because I want to save my voice a bit for when I go on. I'm going to be on Geeks and Gamers tonight. 6 o'clock Central, it says. So, yeah. If you guys want to go see me over on Geeks and Gamers tonight, I do want to save my voice up a little bit. I'm probably going to grab a snack or something beforehand. And so we're going to wrap this up at 4. So I have a good couple hour downtime. Space Above and Beyond, so great. I never saw Space Above and Beyond. I actually got to do the EU panel for World Class Bullshitters. Might be on their 3rd panel too. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like their channel a lot. I like a lot of the High Council channels, or well, all of them. And I like a lot of the family of channels that we have here, so you should. Really not a fan of theirs, but I'll watch it. Well, it'll be on my channel if I do rewatches. If we do the watch party, it'll be here on this channel for sure. You should. Well, yeah. Like, what times are good for you guys? Is like afternoons good or evenings good? Because I know afternoons are good for like accommodating the UK. So even like maybe a weekend afternoon might be good. Maybe like Sunday afternoon. Make a leg. Well, thank you. I'm really excited. I mean, I do watch Geeks and Gamers, so I kind of know what Jeremy's into, and I just kind of worry. I don't know if like he watches this or has seen my channel that much. I think he's seen it a couple of times here and there probably. I know he's probably super busy. The part of it I'm worried about is like, oh, I'm just kind of the hanger-on of Doomcock, so I guess oh well, so I guess we'll get random because we can't get Doomcock. I don't know. Weekday late nights are good. Oh yeah, weekday late nights are good too. Even Fridays. I don't know. The Doom babe. Well, more of the Doom assistant, the Doom person behind the scenes dropping links on Patreon and Discord maybe. That would probably be more accurate. Sunday afternoons would be cool. Sunday afternoons, I mean, I don't really do a whole lot on Sundays. Usually, mostly everything gets done on Saturdays. Doom stress. Not likely. God, I hope my voice will last. I'll drink some tea or something before then. Football season, my Sundays are gone. Oh no. So, okay, maybe not Sunday if it's football season. Space above and beyond is as easy as eating pancakes. Chief Flunky doesn't have the same ring to it. I don't know. I don't know what I would be. I mean, wrench wench works. I'm the wrench wench. I wield the mighty wrench and I can ban people. I actually had to break up a fight on one stream I moderate. So I ended up, for some reason, I don't know why, but Midnight's Edge ended up moderating me. And that was really awesome. They were like the first ones who did it. And then I was talking to Doomcock about like him streaming because I knew he would really enjoy it. And I knew like people just throw super chats at him left and right. And, you know, he definitely has the personality to hold a stream for a while. So he ended up moderating me for that. I ended up getting moderated on Trek Yards, which is awesome. And I kind of view Trek Yards as being kind of the neutral zone of all the Star Trek channels because they, even though I know it's like technically a no-fly zone, but it was kind of a play on words because they are the most fair and neutral when it comes to Discovery because like half of their fans love it and half of their fans hate it. So, you know. I kind of like to keep the fighting off of their stream. And then I got moderated on Anti-Trekker. I don't know why, but, you know, it's an honor. I will do my best there. What's your favorite sci-fi starfighter? Wow. God. I don't know. Well, like the little fighters? Like the Star Furies are so cute. You know, I like the Star Furies a lot. I don't know. Probably the Star Furies. If we're going fighters. Well, no, the Vipers on Battlestar Galactica are so cool too, though. Because they're like long and pointy. And yeah, the Vipers are cool. I like Vipers too. Raptor from BSG. Well, okay, the Raptor isn't less of a fighter. It's more of a transporter sort of thing, right? It's more of like a... Because it's kind of designed for like to carry ground troops-ish, right? For the Raptors. I don't really consider them fighters so much. Mega Class Destroyer. Well, I mean, if you're going bigger than like a little fighter, I thought you like just like a little tiny fighter thing. You know, because like the little Cylon. God, where's my brain today? The little Cylon little ships are kind of cute too. They're kind of adorable, but Vipers are my favorite. Starfuries are a close second. They're cool. I like them. So does Bomber rolls. The Stealth Viper. What's your worst Star Trek moment? Klingon boobs. Pretty much any moment Mikey Spock is on screen. Anytime Michael Burnham is there. God. Probably the worst moment in Star Trek was... It's got to be from Discovery. It might be the Klingon boobs. It might be... I'm trying to think what broke me in Star Trek Discovery. And I was kind of broken from the beginning. But probably the first thing ever... was the Klingon opening shot or that opening shot of the sand. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Holy crap, hunky chunky funky monkey, 5 pounds. I have something to say. It's better to burn out than fade away. So, which line are you quoting there? Are you quoting Neil Young or are you quoting Def Leppard? Or are you quoting Boogie Boy singing a Neil Young song? Where is it? I think I actually have it on my recommendeds. The Boogie Boy singing Hey Hey My. Like Devo and Neil Young. If you've never seen Devo and Neil Young together, that's kind of insane. It's kind of amazing. Oh, Highlander actually. Well, they also used it in Photograph. Yes, happy Halloween. Hopefully Halloween stuff is in stores finally. But yeah, and thanks for the delayed reaction, Bill and Ted. You guys are late. And yeah, that's from Bogus Journey. Of course it is. I think it's from Bogus Journey. That gif. So yeah, this has been a super fun stream, you guys. I really appreciate everybody hanging out here, and I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys will all come over and watch Geeks and Gamers in a couple hours. I think it'll be fun. I have Google Hangouts in case that's the thing. I've got the new camera all ready to go if that's the thing. I'm excited, and I'm kind of nervous. Like it's weird to get exposure after struggling on YouTube for so many years, just kind of doing Let's Plays out of habit because that's what you do, and to like 5 people in chat, just to have 27 people here constantly. You guys are absolutely amazing, and you know, this is why I like doing this, because we can have just brainstorming sessions of the type of stuff you guys want on the channel. And if you guys want Babylon 5 watch parties, absolutely. I mean, I can't put any footage on the screen for you, but we can absolutely hang out and talk about the show and quote the lines and just go all giddy and amazing. And God, I love Babylon 5 so much. It is such an amazing show. And I did rewatch it not too long ago, so it's kind of fresh in my mind. Rey versus Mikey Spock. Well, Mikey Spock would tell Rey how to be a better Jedi and explain to her how to use the Force, because this is what the Force does. It was awesome seeing you. Thank you so much, Oliver Smith. The Kurgan versus Mikey Spock. Klingon boobs was rock bottom for Star Trek. Yeah, I think they were. I think they might have been. I think that this right here might have been the worst moment for Star Trek. This is when Star Trek died. This is the time when Star Trek just died. That's the last of it. I don't know. So now that I've done melting your eyeballs out of your heads. Sorry. God. I used to do that. I used to pop that image up to censor like the Jackbox room codes and stuff. Never seen B5, heard mixed reviews. I would say if you like Deep Space Nine, you would probably like Babylon 5. It's similar in its kind of intensity, and it has some really good character interactions. It has some really good humor. It has some really good and it's not like a funny show, but it has some humorous moments. It has some, God, it just has some of the best characters in science fiction. My inner emo keeps popping up every time I see those. I'm sorry. Star Trek badly needs Ronald D. Moore in the writing room. Yeah, bring back Ronald D. Moore. Absolutely. He could write some really good Klingon episode. Like, I wonder what he thinks of how the Klingons have been handled, because I know that was kind of his baby on like DS9 and Next Gen. Even it was kind of the Klingon episodes. So I wonder what he said about this. That's worse than the anti-trekkers in Mega 1. I'm sorry. I kind of get some pleasure out of like freaking everybody out with it, but it is kind of gross and nasty to look at. I did put those on as like a joke, and nobody got it for the longest time, because people who were showing up to the channel, like, you know, would be there out of habit or for gaming or whatever. And I would use that to kind of fuzz out the room code so I can make sure to get in game on Jackbox. Because basically Jackbox is like a party game. You know, you have like trivia games, and you have funny quip writing games and stuff. So with Jackbox, when I needed to hide the room code from other players so they wouldn't get in, at least not get in until I got in, to make sure I could get in and make the thing run smoothly. And yeah, I was the one who made it go. I would pop that up, and nobody got the joke. Nobody got why it was kind of an insult to her that to put the tribbles on. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew it was from Star Trek. Nobody knew that was a new Klingon. So to have like that joke be appreciated is that kind of means the world to me, that you guys appreciate the joke and get it. So gotta pour bleach in my eyes after that. I'm so sorry. Jackbox sounds like a room for, you know, well, that's a Jack Shack. A Jack Box is different than a Jack Shack. Any chance we'll see a Tribbles movie? Oh my God, maybe. You never know. They'll probably do like an all animated Tribble movie or something, and it'll be like the Emoji Movie. What did they do to the Klingons in Discovery? Or what they did to the Klingons in Discovery is a disgrace. It's the most horribly redesigned ever. And for what? And above all, why? Who knows? Who knows? Just because they wanted it to be 25% different. Or new, or whatever. I don't know why they did it. And it's annoying and it's frustrating. But the only thing worse the STD episode was the after show where they pat themselves on the back for that crap. I never watched the after trek. I will not watch the after trek. I think I would probably hate it even more than Talking Dead. Tribbles, the movie would be a masterpiece compared to Discovery. The Emoji Movie is a masterpiece compared to Discovery. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I wanna definitely have a good couple of hours to chill my voice, and well, I will be on Geeks and Gamers at 6 Central, according to Jeremy. Hopefully it's 6 Central. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It has been very fun. I want to rest my voice up. I want to get something to eat. I want to make sure I'm ready to go and refreshed, and I'm not going to be rambling like a crazy person, and I have stuff to talk about. I think it'll be fine. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are going to be excited too, and hopefully we'll get a lot more people in tomorrow when we stream. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow. But thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye!